Am I the asshole for telling my stepdaughter I don't love her as much as my biological daughter? I, 52 female, have been married to my husband, 54 male, for the last 5 years, together for 6. I have a daughter, 25 female, with my late former husband, and my current husband has a daughter, 22 female, from his previous marriage. My husband divorced his ex about 7 years because she was a lazy manipulative bitch, his words. Unfortunately, my stepdaughter seems to have followed in her mother's footsteps. Ever since I came into the picture, she blamed me for ruining any chance of her dad and mom ever getting back together and behaved toxically. She regularly messed up all the rooms of the house. When I would tell her to clean it up, she gave me the cliched "you're not my mom" spiel. Whenever her dad declined to give her something, she would cry crocodile tears or throw a tantrum until he gave in. She would also tell lies about me. She was a nightmare. When she turned 19, my husband finally had enough and kicked her out. It's been 3 years since and her behavior seems to be improving a little bit, but things are still tense between her and me. Fortunately, I don't have to see her on a daily basis, so I can live with it. Both my daughter and stepdaughter have children of their own. My daughter has a 2-year-old girl with her husband, while my stepdaughter has a 1-year-old son with her boyfriend. My daughter wants to save up for a house with her husband, so she asked me if I could babysit while she works. I was fine with that. I have a part-time WFH job, so I agreed to do it. My stepdaughter found out about this arrangement a few days ago, called me to ask if I could do the same for her child. She couldn't ask her bio mom because she lives in another state. I just said no. It's not that I hate her kid. It's because one child is a handful already and I don't want to give up my job, which I enjoy doing. She kept probing, but I still gave her the same response. She then tried to emotionally manipulate me by asking if I loved my bio daughter more than her. I flipped it on her and asked her if she loved her bio mom more than me. She said, yeah, because she's my mom. So I told her that I likewise love my bio daughter more than her because she's my daughter. When she heard that, she lost her shit and started calling me a bunch of names. I just cut the call and blocked her number. My husband is on my side but says I shouldn't have indulged in her nonsense. I see where he's coming from, but she's an adult, and if she wants to play stupid games, then she deserves stupid prizes. I don't owe her any favors after how she's behaved and treated me over the years, but I'm wondering if I shouldn't have said what I said. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for insisting on splitting the dinner bill? My child is part of a sports team, and usually after big events we will go and celebrate at a restaurant as a group. Usually the party will consist of the children who competed, the coaches who coached that day, and the parents of the children who competed. When the check arrives, normally the parents will split the bill evenly and cover the cost of the 2 or 3 coaches. This has been the norm for years. Sometimes there is a kid without a parent or an extra assistant coach, who didn't coach, and we as the parents have covered their cost. More recently, more people have joined our after-event dinners. Kids without parents, former coaches, assistant coaches, who are not part of the coaching team that day, and random adult team members. The expectation being that the same group of parents will split the bill and cover the cost for the entire group. At one dinner, only myself and another parent showed up, and we had to split a $700 bill between the 2 of us. The other parent and I were really upset, and after this, I voiced that the arrangement was not fair, and I'm not sure if it is a cultural thing, but next time I was going to voice that all of the extra people needed to pay their share. Last night was probably the largest group we have had. There was a large group of assistant coaches who showed up, who were not part of yesterday's sporting event. There were about 5 adult team members, and about 4 kids present without their parents. I will add that these parents know their kids are going to dinner and will drop them off at the restaurant, but will not send them with any funds. The adult and coaching group also ordered alcoholic drinks the entire night. When the bill came out close to $1,200, I voiced to the other parents that we should ask all the adults, everyone except the coaches who coached yesterday, to pay their share of the bill and we can split what is left over. This is where I think I became an asshole. The parents were uncomfortable asking the adult members to pay. The parents said since I only have one kid, to just pay his cost and they will take care of the rest. I told them that I want to pay for my share and help with the cost of the coaches that helped for the event to show my appreciation for them. I reiterated that I think it's unfair for us to have to cover the bill for the other adults, especially when they were drinking and expecting us to pay. I was shut down and the bill was paid. A few of the adults heard me and Venmo'd their share. I paid $100 to cover the cost of my son and his coach. I showed up about halfway into the meal and did not eat. I woke up this morning and I feel so crummy about all of it. I probably should not have insisted on splitting the bill, if the other parents were willing to cover the cost of everyone. I feel like I forced my indignation on the parent group. Am I the asshole?